Ruthless Beast, Chapter 1. From your point of view, in the evening year 1803, you sat beside the floor-to-ceiling window, watching the rain outside while your two siblings seated on the chair just 2 feet away from where you were. Your younger sister, the third princess, Adistra, then spoke up to break the unneeding silence of the room. Adonis, did you see His Majesty kiss Edith's etiquette teacher? Adistra smilingly asked in a polite manner to your older brother, the first Prince Adonis. You nodded, though you didn't even care about what your father, also known as the Imperial Graylstone Empire, was doing with a low-class noble such as your etiquette teacher. You were used to your father with different women. Even before your mother, the Empire died along with your older sister in an assassination over a year ago. Though that wasn't the case, your father in fact never loved your mother. Are you all right? You seem unwell, your blond brother curiously asked you with a worried expression, yet you ignored him by looking over to the window and watched the drops of rain pour and pitter-patter. Adonis was not just a handsome face. He is more than that. Besides being smart, kind, and skilled with the sword, he was two-faced, making him unworthy to inherit the throne, despite being the eldest. Please, leave me alone, you ordered, trying to prevent your fingers from curling into a fist. You hated the idea that your dad was happy with those filthy horrors he slept with, while your mother knew and endured until her last breath. You hated him so much that you wanted to kill him, but of course it was impossible for you to do that. You were so lost in your thought that you didn't notice your younger sister already stood beside you. Her blonde hair seemed to shine from the light of the room. Sister, what happened? Adistra sounded a bit surprised by your attitude, because you were normally calm and collected. Edith! Adistra expected an answer from you. You didn't know the reason, but you snapped. You roughly placed your hands over your younger sister's small shoulders, throwing her away after a heavy jerking. And for the first time, she cried, making everyone run to the room. You stood up from the window and walked over to the corner just beside the door. Then seconds later, a handsome face, a man with blonde hair in his mid-40s, came rushing along with your imperial knights. What did you do? Your father picked her up in his arms and looked back at you, locking his stare, at which pushed you. Your legs took a small step backwards. You gradually sped up. Edith! You ignored Adonis, this voice calling from behind. You grabbed the bottom end of your dress and ran out of the castle through a secret passageway that led away from the guards. Then the pouring rain was on your backside. You waited a few seconds to hear footsteps coming after you. The silence assured you that no one was coming. They were too busy consoling your crying sister that no one would come after. You didn't know if it was for running or the thought that nobody cared to come after you. Your chest started to become heavy. You knew that running away won't do anything, but you hoped for something good to happen. You then began to breathe, making a hissing sound, and with each breath the pain increased. You gritted your teeth and started running again, ignoring the pain. Maybe running out of this town would help. Maybe running away would help. I miss you, Mother, you sobbed as tears ran down your cheeks, mixing with cold and heavy rain. You continued to run through the cold streets as far as you could and didn't look back until you constantly ran out of energy. You stopped at a place where no person was around, gasping for air as you leaned back against the street lamp. You looked around, but you couldn't find any shelter, nor a tree to cover for you. Each drop of rain sat on your skin like a puddle that would never leave, perfectly formed. Then suddenly, out of nowhere, a stranger holding an umbrella poked your shoulder. His bleached skin was as white as a sheet of paper next to the sleeve of a black woolen sweater. He was so pale that he almost looked dead. Are you lost? He questioned. With a gentle smile covering you from the drops of water with his umbrella he was holding. Yes, I am, you replied. A tall man towered over you, his appearance alone with a seductive look. The boy's rugged features were alluring, his soft blonde hair which glistened in the moonlight, and his face carefully structured, as if God molded him just to spoil your eyes. but he wore an eye patch which covered his left eye. The dark brown eyes of the teenage boy were full of intensity as he gazed at you. I live nearby. Would you like to stay until the rain stops? I understand if you decline my offer. I'm nothing but a stranger after all. His deep brown, alluring eyes captivated you as flecks of gold danced within the deep swirls of cocoa, making them appear have mysteriously hidden inside, waiting to be discovered. It's all right. I have nowhere else to go, you say. You sounded unsure when you answered, but you came along with him anyways. You didn't care anymore what might happen to you next at this point. Of course, Edith. He gave you another smile that just seemed so genuinely sweet, with just the right touch of shyness and unexpected warmth rushed through you. You thought the color of his eyes changed into the two different colors. The left eye was like yellow, and the other red, which happened in a flash. It almost looked transparent, and it bore a hard expression warning the devil beneath. But since when did you tell him your name? Hey guys, just leave a little like or comment. Let me know if you like the new story type, if you want me to go back to FNAF or Jeff the Killer. You know, just trying to build the community back up, get started back up, start posting again. Just let me know in the comment how you like this one. That's all I really had to say. Radioactive out.